What is up? Welcome back to our OOTP 27 Marlins long sim. I'm still dog sitting my friend's dog along with my two dogs. And so there was barking all over the last video. My apologies. It might be that way again. I'm in the basement. They're currently right above me. If anybody walks by the front door or even looks at the house funny, they're going to go freaking psycho. So I apologize for that. I'll do my best to edit it out post-production, but no promises. We played our first game of the season, and we lost 4-3 to the Kansas City Royals. Logan Webb pitched pretty well in his inaugural debut for the Miami Marlins. 6 1/3, 4 runs, but 2 were unearned because of errors by him and Kyle Stowers. He gave up 1 walk and 6 Ks. Pretty good. The bullpen came out and gave up no hits, which is pretty sick in 2 1/3. But Cole Reagan shut us down for 5 2/3. We only got 1 hit off of him, and I think that was a pinch hit home run by Addison Barger. So it was a good game. Lost by a run. Offense needs to get going. I was pretty pleased with our bullpen and Logan Webb performing in his first game for us. But we got a long ways to go as we look at our upcoming schedule. We're going to finish against the Royals at home, play the Mariners, then go to Colorado for 4, Oakland for 3, Detroit for 3, and then we've got a bunch of divisional games against the Mets, the Phillies, the Nationals, the Phillies again, to wrap up April. But yeah, we'll see how the team can hold up in this first month, even though 2 of our biggest additions, Mike Cruz and Ian Happ, are going to be out for the entirety of it. And Mike Cruz, every time we get a new scouting report on him, he just gets worse and worse. So that is not good, obviously. So we got some reinforcements hanging out in AAA with Robbie Snelling and Thomas White, but hopefully we don't need them too soon. Robbie Snelling hasn't pitched in over 12 months because of that UCL surgery, so let's set a nice low pitch limit for him at 85. Do not want him getting hurt again. He is the number 13th prospect in baseball according to OSA. So we wrapped up the Kansas City series, going 2 for 3, so 2 wins and 1 loss. The second win, Max Meyer went 5 2/3, got the win. Bullpen again, 4 pitchers, no earned runs, lots of walks though. Don't love that. Ronnie Enriquez comes in, gives up 3 base runners, a hit and 2 walks, and no Ks, and somehow gets the save. That's not great, but Kyle Stowers hit a homer. Owen Casey hit a homer. Daryl Hernandez hit a homer. Xavier Edwards stole a base. And then in our third game, we win a 1-run game, 5-4. Yuri Perez goes 4 2/3. No walks, 8 Ks. That's nice. No home runs. Amazing. River Ryan comes in, though. Pitches an inning, gets a blister. He's out for 2 weeks. We put him on the IL already. Picked up Joe Boyle off of waivers, who we'll look at in a little bit, and he's going to take his place while he's injured. Bednar, Nardi, Joyce, Enriquez come in again. Our bullpen has been lights out the first 3 games. And the rookie, Kemp Alderman, got player of the game. He went 2 for 4 with a home run and an RBI, 2 strikeouts. So that power is playing right now. He's currently on pace to hit 54 home runs. You can take it to the bank. That's not a small sample size or anything. Otto Lopez hit a homer. Xavier Edwards stole his 3rd base in 3 games, on pace to steal 162 and break a ton of records. Again, that's going to happen. Absolutely. Lock it down. I actually love to look at these small sample size things. They're so fun. Xavier Edwards is on pace for 11.8 WAR. That would be amazing. Who else? Kemp Alderman's on pace for 4.2 WAR with 54 home runs. Talked about him already. Otto Lopez is on pace to hit 216 RBIs. Pretty good. Wow, why is he not trained up at second base yet? That's crazy. He should be there by now. Addison Barger is on pace for only 2.5 WAR, which is a bummer. He's on pace to hit 167 with 54 home runs. So interesting profile so far. And let's go to the pitching quick. Logan Webb is on pace for 10.5 WAR. Yuri Perez, 12.4 WAR with a 288 strikeouts and a .58 Sierra with a FIP minus of 0. Pretty good season we're looking at here. Obviously, none of that's going to last. It's all small sample size, but it makes me laugh, and I like it. Max Meyer has some hamstring soreness. He's day-to-day for a week. So we'll find a way to skip his next start because I don't want him. We don't have a day off coming up, so we're actually just going to need to go to a 6-man rotation probably and get him skip his return in the rotation. And Joe Boyle, who we picked up on waivers from the Rays, we're actually going to have him in the pen for primarily. I like that stuff. This is the guy that we got from the Reds, Connor Phillips, I think, Tyler Phillips, something like that. This is like the advanced version of him. Throws 100 miles an hour, great stuff. Absolutely no idea where it's going, but he's going to get the start just so Max Meyer can skip his turn in the rotation and get healthy. I don't want him pitching on that strained hamstring. So yeah, Joe Boyle. He made the squad. He'll get a start. We'll see how he does. Currently upcoming, we've got 3 against the Mariners and then 4 in Colorado. Ben Joyce, our setup man, who we just acquired from the Los Angeles Angels and signed him to a nice cheapo contract. He has a sore elbow and will be out for 4 days. We're going to set this little bench player injury rating to minimal. I don't want him pitching at all during those 4 days. And that's not what you want to see from a pitcher, is a sore elbow. That's almost worst case scenario. He currently, is a crazy small sample size of 2.2 innings, but he's got 3 walks, 3 Ks. Not great. That's not great. You don't want to walk as many guys as you strike out. ERA plus of 62 because his ERA is 6.75. So that's not great. 0 WAR, FIP minus of 104. So he's been a completely league average player, but it's a small sample size. But we don't want him injured, or we don't want him more injured than he already is. And we picked up Luis Matos off of waivers from the Brewers. And there's that dog again. I wasn't so sure about it because he seems too good to be on waivers, but I looked at their roster and they did really just have a tough decision to make. And I think you could argue they made the right one. He played 75 games for them last year, was a league average player. Nothing crazy special about him, but he's going to start for us against lefties until Ian Happ comes back or Mike Cruz. He will play versus lefties, and Owen Casey will sit down because Owen Casey cannot hit lefties. So that's good for our team. Okay, we finished the month of April, and we're in second place, 1 game back of the NL East division lead, which is, pretty surprising considering Ian Happ and Mike Cruz, our big offensive offseason signings, have been injured the entire month. We're about to bring them up soon. And you look at the leaderboard, we don't have any offensive players on the leaderboard there on the right. Can you see it with my face? You can. You can see it. That's nice. We don't have anybody up there. In pitching, Sandy Alcantara is second in the league in ERA, in the NL in ERA, with a 1.23 ERA. Insane. Rony Enriquez is leading the NL in saves with 10. And that's it. Those are the only people we have on the leaderboard. But somehow we're 1 game back at the division. And if we go look at how our team is performing here. We're horrible on offense. We're horrible. This is crazy. We are 12th in runs scored and 6th in runs allowed. So we must be getting pretty lucky, actually. I bet our Pythagorean expectation is 15 and 13. So we're 2 games above it right now. 8 and 6 at home, 9 and 5 on the road. We're crushing righties and we're 500 against lefties. It's a small sample size, but yeah, our offense has been pretty poor. We're almost last in the NL in most things: batting average, OBP, slugging, WAR, one above last, which is crazy. We don't strike out a ton and we run the bases pretty well. Pitching wise, our ERA is 6th, which is pretty good. Starters ERA is 9th, bullpen is 4th, WAR is 5th. So our bullpen, or our staff is doing pretty good. If we go look at some actual numbers, Logan Webb is 2-2 with a 2.75 ERA. He's 2-2 with a 2.75 ERA. Where's the WAR? 1.2 WAR already in just a few starts. He's got 1.2 WAR. He's on pace for 6.8 WAR. He's having a great season for us. We did notice that his potential velocity has come down a tick from 95 to 94, which is not ideal, but he's a ground baller and he's not really a stuff guy. So I don't think it's going to affect his performance too much. Sandy Alcantara, like I said, with that crazy good ERA, 1.23 ERA, FIP minus of 71, 2 wins, no losses. He's on pace for 4.8 WAR. Ronnie Enriquez is having a great season as our closer with already almost a 1 WAR, which is crazy for a reliever. He's having an amazing season. His strikeout to walk percentage is 22.9, or strikeout minus walk percentage. He's striking out 12.3 batters per 9. He's got 8 shutdowns, no meltdowns, which is awesome. So he's just closing the door and not melting down. Yuri Perez is having a great bounce back season with a FIP minus of 91, Sierra of 2.99. ERA is pretty high, 4.45. But that's just because he gives up a ton of home runs, 1.2 home runs per 9. But he's striking out almost a third of the batters he faces, only walking 9.2%. Having a really good season for us. Joe Boyle, the waiver wire edition. Holy cow, let's look at this. So he's pitched in 10 games, 1 home run, 23 strikeouts over 15 innings. That's 13.2 strikeouts per 9 and is on pace for a 2.9 WAR. And it's because he's just not walking many guys. He's only walked 6 batters, and I believe a few of those were probably in one outing, a couple of them. So our Enriquez and Boyle are just crushing it out of the bullpen. He's got 7. Boyle has 7 shutdowns and only 1 meltdown. Crazy good. Pete Fairbanks also having a good season of 86 FIP minus, ERA 2.16, strikeout minus walk of 18.8. Ben Joyce is back and healthy, FIP minus of 62. He's doing well. He's walking a few more guys, 10% walk weight, 10% walk weight. And our starters, Max Meyer has been league average, not having as good a season as he did last year, but it's driven by a pretty high BABIP of 3.69, so hopefully that will go down over the season. Braxton Garrett, been about league average. He's walking more guys than I'd expect, and he's given up a few home runs, but his home run rate is high, and it's because he gave up 3 against Washington last game. So he's only given up 4 home runs, and 3 of them were in 1 outing. So that's pretty pretty small sample size. So pretty happy with our pitching staff so far. Yeah, really pleased actually. Shockingly, things are going shockingly well there. And now to the hitters, not so much, right? Kemp Alderman, the rookie, is our best hitter so far with a 131 WRC plus. Not even a crazy high. His BABIP is 338. It's probably a little high, but not crazy. He's hitting 283 with a 333 OBP and 6 home runs, on pace for 35 home runs. Pretty good season so far for the rookie. Very excited about that. His power seems to be maintaining well. He's got that 70 graded power against lefties and 60 against righties. Best power hitter on our team so far. Not close. Owen Casey's having a good year. He's only playing against righties pretty much. And against righties, he's got a 141 OPS plus. He's got 4 home runs. He strikes out a lot. Doesn't make a ton of contact. Only a 236 average. But when he does, he must have a pretty good ISO. Because when he does make contact, his ISO is 236. So pretty good. Owen Casey coming along. Only 24 years old, almost 25. Christian Vasquez, what? This guy has a 110 OPS plus, WRC plus. That is shocking to me. Playing pretty good defense, I believe. Not really. Minus 1.1 ZR. It's about league average. Framing runs saved 0.8. That's nice. Joe Mack, I believe, is having a putrid season. Last time I checked. Addison Barger is up to a 104 WRC plus. He was having a real big struggle earlier. So he's on pace for 3 WAR. Jacob Marcy, league at 83 WRC plus, but he must be playing okay defense this year with that offseason training we got him in the lab. Yeah, he's got a positive ZR. Last year it was real bad. I think he had negative 10. He's somehow hitting lefties. To a tune of an OPS plus of 206. And against righties, it's 32. What is this? He should be so much better against righties. It's got to be BABIP, I assume. I don't know what to do with that. And Otto Lopez and Xavier Edwards are struggling big time to provide anything offensively. But luckily, their defense and base running still make them positive players or value additions, but it's not going well for them with the bat. So we'll check in on some of our prospects right now. Robbie Snelling coming back off that UCL tear. Not going great for him. Only 5 games, 23 innings, but FIP minus of 109. Barely a positive WAR. But we just want him to progress and stay healthy, and we'll be pleased with that. Thomas White, 24 innings pitched, striking out 35 batters. I mean, he's doing great. He's doing Thomas White things. I just want his control to develop a little bit more. If he could get that control up to 40, I'd be way more excited to call him up. And then Tyler Bell, the 27th overall prospect. We'll get a fresh scouting report on him. But he is not hitting very well. 203 average, 2 home runs, 3 doubles, 2 triples. Probably BABIP stuff, I imagine. Let's check it out. Whoops. Right there. BABIP. Yeah, BABIP of 226. That's super low for him. That'll tick up by about 50-ish points, and it'll be a lot. His stats will all of a sudden look quite a bit better. So we need to get Ian Happ and Mike Cruz back in our lineup, or by back, I mean just in the lineup at all. We'll work on that. So we've got Ian Happ playing left field for us against righties and lefties, batting second both times. We actually left Mike Cruz down because I realized he'd only played 1 game, 1 rehab game, although it went very well. 2 for 4 with a home run and a walk. So that's pretty good, but I also don't really have room for him right now and would have to DFA or trade someone. So I'm going to give him a little bit more leash in the minors on that rehab assignment to hopefully cross my fingers that things will work themselves out. Also, Starling Caba won April's best batter in the Southern League. He went 351 with 5 home runs, 9 RBIs, and 17 runs scored. Well, we've had another huge bumskis bummeroonie. Mike Cruz, our international free agent signing, not an amateur, just a regular old international free agent. We signed him for 4 years at 12, 11, 8, and then a team opt-out at $6 million. Well, he originally hurt his hammy or something like that, and so he was out for 4 to 5 weeks. And he came back and he was rehabbing in the minors. He was doing pretty good, hitting 259 with 2 home runs and a double, WRC plus a 97, OPS plus 108. So he's just getting back in the swing of things, and then boom, torn Achilles tendon, out for 4 to 5 months. I think he's going to be out the whole season, and you have to wonder how he's going to progress or develop after that. Is he ever going to play in the big leagues? Do we just have this contract dead on our books now for forever? And it's not a horrible contract, so I'm glad we didn't overpay for him, but it is a huge bummer because that's $10 million we won't get to use. And I mean, we signed him from Cuba, and since then he broke his left arm and then ruptured his left Achilles tendon. It's a huge bummer. Yeah, not good. Ian Happ, though, our other free agent bat signing, has been performing very, very well. WRC plus of 205, which is, I don't know if you don't know this, 100 WRC plus is league average. It's weighted runs created. So 100 means you're a league average offensive contributor. And so 205 means that he is two players in one. He puts up that much, which, it's a small sample size, but I'm going to roll with it because small sample sizes are fun. He's hitting 306 with a 444 OBP, 4 home runs, 2 doubles, only 5 strikeouts, which won't last, in 10 games. Pretty incredible. We love to see it from Ian Happ, Daddy Happ. We also got this pretty crazy trade proposal. And I'm thinking about ending the episode here because I'm not sure what to do with this, and I'd love to get your opinions. The Kansas City Royals would send us Jorge Alfaro, who would probably just go into the minors for us and not play. Cason Wells, who, same thing, 23-year-old minor league, nobody really. But then Jack Caglianone. And this is a good prospect. He wasn't ranked. No, he wasn't ranked because he had already used up his eligibility last year, but he was a very highly ranked prospect. And look at this profile. He needs more eye for sure, but this is a crazy potential bat. And he didn't play good last year. He was a league average with a 95 WRC plus. But he did hit 20 home runs and 27 doubles. I mean, that's pretty good power. He's not going to hit lefties well, but he's going to crush righties. And he could come in and replace Kyle Stowers for us. But they want Sandy Alcantara, who is having an incredible year for us. He did just get hurt, but it was just a week-long thing. He threw 5 pitches and tinged his shoulder up. But he's a 31, almost 32-year-old pitcher who does not have great stuff. But he's in the middle of one of his best seasons in recent memory. Not his career, because he had a couple just amazing seasons. But he's on pace for 4 WAR. I mean, that's crazy good. So I'm really unsure about what to do with this trade. We have Sandy locked up for 2 years at $13 million with a team opt-out next year for 1.3. So we have him under control for 2 years, but I'm very interested in Jack Caglianone. What's interesting though is I don't know where he would play for us this year. Kemp Alderman has been hitting righties very well, 128 WRC plus. 8 home runs against righties, 133 against lefties, WRC plus. So I don't want to bench him. I don't want to bench Owen Casey, who's hitting 116 WRC plus against righties. I don't want to bench. I mean, I can't. Jackie Cags cannot play center field, so it doesn't really matter how good or bad Marcy's doing. He's not going to play over Ian Happ, who was 1 for 4 with an RBI last game and dropped his WRC plus by 20 points. Small sample sizes are fun. And he really shouldn't replace Kyle Stowers because Kyle Stowers is having a great year. A 138 WRC plus against righties, on pace for 28 home runs, almost 100 RBIs. So it's a good deal for us, I think, but I don't know where he would play. He wouldn't get a ton of playing time, and I don't know who we would replace Sandy with. Probably have to dip into our probably have to call up Robbie Snelling, who is pitching pretty well at in AAA. Not incredible. He's got an 80 ERA plus, which is good. His FIP, but he's got a 110 FIP minus. So that's not great. Yeah, about league average. So I don't know. Would we call up Robbie Snelling? Would we call up Thomas? I gotta stop right clicking. Would we call up Thomas White, who's been pitching really, really well in AAA right now? He's got an amazing ERA plus, on pace for 5.5 WAR. Maybe it's Thomas White's turn. Maybe we call him up and give him a shot. But again, what do we do with Jackie Cax? Do we try to flip? What could we get? Should we see what we could get for probably Owen Casey? Owen Casey might be the better value on the trade market because he's 24 and making the league minimum right now. What could we get for Owen Casey? Okay, so here's my last thought on this is it only makes sense to keep Sandy if we think we're a legitimate playoff threat this year. Do we have a legitimate shot to go far in the playoffs? Maybe win the World Series? I don't know. We're doing really well this year. Let's look at the expanded standings. We're tied for the division lead with the Braves and the Nationals. So we're in a tough division. We're 2 games ahead of our Pythagorean record, 21-19, a run differential of 10. Our entire division has a positive run differential. So I don't know. Are we just getting lucky? Where will we even play Jackie Cags? I don't know. Okay, I want to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Should we pull the trigger trading Sandy for Jack? Let me pull up Jack so you can see him one last time. This is him. I mean, he's got 75 potential power. He's only 24. OSA also thinks he has 75 potential power. He's pretty much Kyle Stowers, but with no walks. Let's compare him to Stowers. You can tell I'm really thinking about this. Even though Sandy's been great for us this year. So already versus righties, they have the same amount of power. Kyle Stowers has way more walk, way more eye, 15 eye. Jackie Cags has better strikeout and better gap by 5. So I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts. This is kind of a big decision. So yeah, thanks for being here. If you like this, if you enjoy this content, drop a subscribe, drop a like. Everything helps. Everything's appreciated. Thanks so much. See you next time.